Good evening, men of Mo Ranch. My name is Steve Flynn, and I have the honor of serving the Men's Conference Planning Council Chair for 2026. I hope you all had an incredible time this weekend, growing spiritually, meeting new friends, and enjoying the fellowship. You know, there's nothing like Mo Ranch, a place of, I like to think, is heaven on earth. As we look forward to next year's conference, I hope you'll take the opportunity to invite those men in your congregation who have never experienced the men's conference to join us in fellowship. It is my pleasure to introduce our 2026 keynote speaker, Reverend Brian Coulter.
I get invited to come and do the keynote at the men's conference, and so I'm looking forward to spending that time with you. And I know we have Bible studies and activities and fellowship and all sorts of fun things to do. But in the keynotes, the theme that they asked me to kind of focus on is the theme of holiness. And so over and over again in the Bible, we have these two words, be holy. Be holy in Peter we're talking about, and be holy in Leviticus we're talking about. And we have all this language of holiness and sanctification and justification. And I want to talk about that a little bit more with you. I think the invitation that we have in the Bible to be holy is just that. It's an invitation. This is not because God needs some worker drones to go out and do the holy work in this world. God can do anything God wants to do. But I think we're invited into that work. We're invited to be holy. And I think in doing that and living that out, we find ways to find our identity, to find our belonging, and to find our purpose. So the first keynote, we're going to talk a little bit more about that and what it means to accept that invitation and to live into that, to figure out who we are, where we belong, and why we're here. And the second keynote, on the second day, we're going to talk a little bit more about what happens once we find that, but maybe something happens. Maybe it's a health crisis, maybe it's a job change, maybe it's a midlife malaise, whatever you want to call it. But what happens when something kind of rocks the boat a little bit? I believe that holiness is our anchor in that steady time too. Holiness keeps us grounded. Holiness keeps us going. And so we're going to talk about not only what it means to be holy, but what it means to kind of stay on that holy journey together as we spend this time in the conference.
As we look forward to 2026 and the men's conference, I challenge all of us to reach out and invite those men in our own congregations to join us at Mo Ranch Men's Conference.
2026 will be here before you know it, so we're looking forward to being there. I know you're looking forward to being there. I hope we can all come and bring the men of our congregations together. Grace and peace.